Sometimes, you have games where no matter how well you play, you just can't seem to win. While it hurts, you just have to shrug it off and move on like always. After all, not all games are winnable. You win some, and then you lose some. This match, I decided to play my highest win rate jungler of the season, Gujin's brother, Aamon.
It is better to be feared than loved,
The enemy is picking.
if you cannot both.
While both share the fundamental playset of bursting with magic damage, Aamon has an ability shared by few other heroes, cloaking. And despite a nerf on his ultimate ranges update, his invisibility puts his survivability off the charts, and his damage still hits like a truck. In the right hands, he's an unstoppable killing machine. Unlike most top builds, I like to build Feather of Heaven first. Not only did he get a decent lifesteal buff last update, but the extra attack speed also helps him add shards in the early game, making him farm faster, hit harder, and snowball like crazy, even without other items. That's because of his passive, which damages the enemy with a total of 300 to 600 plus 90% of your magic power as damage. That adds up to over 1000 damage once you get some items, just for one passive hit. With Aamon, you can take either red buff or blue buff first. I like to take red first when it's safer, but when the enemy has a dangerous early game composition, I go for blue first.
Above the rest.
Don't forget to take Riki along with red buff so you don't lose out on farm. Remember, jungling is all about efficiency. Here, our tank made a mistake and let Riki reset. When you help the jungler as the roamer, you should stand right in the middle of Riki and the red buff.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to engage early. Aamon has a decent amount of early game damage, so you can play a little aggressively.
Blood.
Nice, we won that exchange by a large margin. The first tip to playing Aamon is using his passive attacks with as much uptime as possible. This mark right here shows how long he has until his enhanced basic attacks expire. You can time your skills to refresh it every time it expires, especially since his skills get 0.5 seconds less cooldown for each enhanced basic attack, just like Cyclops does. The second tip is that Aemon's ult deals more damage the more shards you have on the ground and the less health the enemies have. In general, you want at least 18 shards to one-shot a full health target, 12 for a half health target, and 0 to 6 for a very low health target. Remember, his ult deals the max amount of damage when he hits 25 shards and the enemy is at 30% health. Don't forget to drag the turtle over to your side. At this point, I am so fed that I can kill anyone on their team without difficulty. Always pay close attention to the map whenever you're inactive. Notice how Claude is about to recall while he's at 1 shot HP.
Perhaps I'm born to bear the weight.
As the jungler, you dictate the pace of the game. Be sure to rotate constantly and hunt down low health targets. Use the second skill when leaving base to add a free stack of shards on your next hit. Notice how quickly he can clear buffs once he gets some farm. For only level 6, that's a really fast clear speed. That's part of why I love Feather of Heaven. You can clear jungle so much faster. When you're roaming around, aim to keep your shards filled up. This makes your next attack throw shards at the enemy, which can weaken the target by a lot.
My goal is simple. To break the curse upon my path.
I'm so far ahead of Ian that I don't even want to use my ult on him. Once you become experienced as a jungler, you start to understand when you can save your ult for other targets.
Legendary!
The third tip is to use your second skill to get around faster when there's no enemies nearby. It also fills up your shards for the next kill opportunity. Also, if you didn't know, Aamon heals 3% of his lost health per second while he's cloaked. It might sound small, but it can be life-saving at times. Poor Lolita can't even ult in time before dying now. You might be tempted to take turtle, but notice how Thamus is low and freely pushing top. Pick off the easy targets first.
Legendary! Request backup! An ally has slain the turtle! Legendary!
No matter how well I'm doing, I never stand idle. Always keep farming and delaying the enemy team's farm. Take their buffs. From the way things are going, you might think this will be the easiest win ever. But don't be fooled, it's when the games are easiest that trouble starts brewing.
Legendary! Request backup! Understood.
The enemies are making a mistake defending the tower here. I'm going to ignore them and focus on just pushing the turret using this button.
I'm Duke Paxley. Cloaked, I'm Blader Taylor.
Like I said before, Aamon's survivability is off the charts. To stay calm and dodge and weave. At this point, I realized that I had gotten more than 90% of my team's kills and assists. That's when I realized this game was about to turn south. Whenever one player carries 80% of the team's KDA, it's a sign of an unbalanced team. In other words, there's a good chance you are going to lose.
An ally has slain the turtle!
The fourth tip is to chip at the enemy using your fully charged passive and skill 2. Notice here how much damage I do to Lolita from a long range. As Aamon, don't rush to get a kill. His kit is burst damage, so wait for the right opportunity to strike and then fall back. Don't forget to push lanes. I see a lot of junglers forgetting to attack turrets, which is a bad idea as junglers tend to fall off in the late game. That's why a lot of jungle players have a low win rate. No matter how good they are, they don't push, and the enemies make a comeback. Unfortunately, you will see just that happen later in this game.
I've never told this, but I do see a future in
Killing spree!
Again, there's no need to overextend. Stay cloaked and let your teammates wrap things up when it's risky for you. I keep mentioning this, but pay close attention to the minimap when you're not actively fighting. Thamus is alone here and will probably recall in the bush, so I'll gank our Dairoth to help him get a kill. There are many opportunities for kills as the jungler, but the difference between a good jungler and a bad one depends all on your map awareness and rotation efficiency. That's why junglers like Fanny and Ling are so strong. They can cover half the map in the span of seconds, so they never miss opportunities like this one. The nerf hits hard. Normally I would have been able to attack Valentina with my ult, but the nerfed range made me lose the kill. Most might think this is a one-sided game still because we're double their kills, but at this point we are actually losing. Their Claude is starting to hit hard, meaning I'm slowly losing my dominance over the game. And unfortunately for us, our marksman is way behind theirs in farm. If things continue like this, it's only a matter of time before we lose.
Out of evil means comes a greater
Retreat from the Lord! Gather up the Lord!
Our tank just scored us a huge kill. Now's our chance to get a quick lord. If it wasn't obvious before, it's clear as day now. The enemy team has basically caught up to my farm.
above the rest. Is
Double
deserved.
kill. Ally has been slain. No minions, retreat.
There's no way I can really get a kill here. I'm poking at them with the hopes they retreat in fear of what I did to them in the early game so I can finish off this low health turret.
Never told me, but I do see a bright future.
This blue aura means Yin's Athena shield activated. I'm gonna wait for it to disappear so my attacks don't deal 25% less damage to him.
I'm your god.
Just going to heal up a bit using my passive.
On the battlefield, noble blood.
You have slain an enemy.
It's good that we won that fight, but unfortunately we don't have the minions to push the turret.
Your team destroyed the turret. An enemy has been slain.
People regard me.
Even if Daryl had gotten the inhibitor turret, it wouldn't have been worth it if he died in the process. Just like me, he's getting desperate to end the game quickly.
Destroy the turret. Enemy has been slain. Killing spree. Wiped out. Enemy has been slain.
Finally, it was a tough match, but good game. You're kidding me.
You have slain an enemy. Enemy initiate retreat.
Their team is getting stronger and stronger, and I can't do anything to stop it. Meanwhile, my teammates aren't focusing on the bigger picture, which was getting lured. Things are looking quite dicey.
Enemy has been slain. Our turret initiates retreat. Inhibitor turret is under attack. Initiate retreat. Initiate
What is this 1-1 even doing?
Initiate retreat.
Our tank is throwing. He just went in alone and used his ult on the enemies to stop them from taking Lord, but none of us were there. This is a common mistake that many roam players tend to make. They rush in to make a perfect set, but no one's there to follow up. That's why it's extra important to check the map as the roamer. Still, I'm going to try and steal the Lord from them. Use your second skill to check the bushes for enemies.
I have no tolerance.
Unfortunately, the plan didn't work out. We should retreat and regroup for now.
Robed, I'm Duke Paxley. Cloaked, I'm Raider Aamon.
Initiate retreat. Ally has been slain.
Yup, my teammates are throwing. This is looking very dicey.
Sentiment will only color my judgment.
I'm going to see if I can eliminate some of them before the Lord arrives at our base.
Slain. Shut down. Our inhibitor turret is under attack.
I told him this, but I didn't hear.
Nice, that was a good counterplay. Unfortunately, we can't push their base as we don't have minions, so I'm just going to farm a bit for now.
Even the most glorious family could have a dark side.
Under attack.
Oof, that was a misplay by me.
Initiate retreat. Slain. Ally has been slain. Enemy double kill.
Claude is already in late game. We need to prioritize him first before our team fights.
Out of evil deeds comes a greater good.
Just quickly grabbing my buff before the next fight.
My goal is simple. To break the curse.
There's a good chance the enemy is trying to take their red buff right now. I'm going to go and ambush them. Jeez. I didn't expect Valentina's damage to be so high. I won't be able to harass her anymore. Now that it's late game, a single mistake will cost us huge objectives like Lord.
Request backup.
We need to play perfectly from here on out to win.
Initiate retreat. Slain an enemy.
At least I was able to get Claude. In late game, the marksman is more important than the jungler, so that was a good trade, even if I hadn't killed Lolita there. Still, because Valentina is my main threat, it's time to adjust my build. I'll sell Feather of Heaven and buy Athena Shield to surprise her when she goes for me next time. Valentina stepped out of position there. That was a good play by Aurora.
Above the rest, that's where we actually deserve to be. Robed, I adore past. Cloaked,
It's annoying, but it's a good thing that Claude is focusing on me. If we just keep killing each other, my teammates should be able to win the teamfight in a 4v4. Now more than ever, we should never be fighting solo. Daroth just made a huge misplay. This 1-1.
Initiate retreat.
I have no tolerance for betrayal.
Gather up the Lord. Gather up the Lord. Ambush.
Never told this, but I see it right. I will guide to the unknown.
Initiate retreat. Gather up the Lord.
While all of this is happening, our tank is soloing a lane elsewhere. Contesting Lord will be impossible.
Gather up the Lord. Request backup.
Always true to their word. My goal is simple: to break the curse on my path.
Initiate retreat.
Sentiment will only color my journey.
Request backup.
This game is really close, but winnable. We just need one good set by Belric, then we can wipe them all out. Since I've already used up Immortality already, I'm going to go for more damage until the cooldown resets, just like I did with Xborg in my last video. You should always swap out Immortality while it's on cooldown, which is why hoarding gold once you complete your full build is a good idea instead of buying the potions for 1500 gold.
Under attack.
Even the most glorious family could have a dark side.
Launch attack.
Above the rest, that's where the Titans deserve to be.
Initiate retreat.
They regard me as an impalpable shadow.
I got greedy.
Request backup. Initiate retreat. Initiate retreat. Initiate retreat.
I have no tolerance for betrayal.
Request initiate retreat. Initiate retreat. Initiate retreat.
On the battlefield.
That single mistake cost us Lord and the game.
Defeat.
But we can't end on a sad note, so here's another game. I'll always be using the build I showed you at the beginning, only occasionally adjusting mid-game for counters. This is the match I played right after losing the last one, my redemption arc. On a side note, RS4 decided to play Hanzo with Inspire as the roamer. Hopefully this turns out well.
Welcome to Mobile Legends. Request backup. 5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them. All troops deployed.
Always remember that the red and blue buffs spawn at the 20-second mark, while Ricky and other creeps spawn at the 30-second mark. Litho is the only exception, spawning at 48 seconds. Keeping this in mind will help you determine your farming rotation and make better decisions.
Launch attack.
Blood. Rogue, I'm Duke Paxton. Cloaked, I'm later.
Initiate retreat. Initiate retreat. You have slain an enemy.
What an intense fight.
People regard me as
Slain an enemy. Initiate retreat. Killing spree. Attack.
Valor is actually a goated hero. He's such a great counter against fighters and tanks.
Ally has slain the turtle.
my goal
Attack.
to break the curse.
Just going in to quickly grab a kill, then I'll retreat and go back to farming.
Out of evil deeds comes the greater.
Mega kill. Initiate retreat. Attack.
Robed, I'm Duke Paxton. Robed, I'm
Ally has been unstoppable.
Hylos probably wasn't expecting for me to be able to kill him from full health there. Never underestimate Aamon's damage.
Double kill.
out of evil deeds.
An ally has slain the turtle.
Even
Godlike.
families have a dark side.
Nice, we're farming pretty good. Gotta make the gap larger though, so never stop farming until you're full build.
Team destroyed the turret. Killing spree. Launch attack.
I would have taken blue buff here, but Valor has been such a good teammate that I just can't let him die like this. It's time to go save him.
Guide to the other.
Team destroyed the turret. Your team destroyed legendary. Double kill. Triple kill.
Rip, we failed to save him. But hey, at least I got a triple kill though.
Above the rest.
We've got 18 shards. It's time to shine.
Legendary.
They're always true to their word.
Nice, we just got glowing wand. That means my damage is enough to kill even without my ult now.
Mega kill. Legendary. Enemy has been slain. Your team destroyed a turret down. Double kill.
I'm going to kill some creeps to restore my mana before going back in.
Above the rest.
Slain. Legendary.
Poor Cyclops can't catch a break.
Spree.
Sentiment will only color my judgment.
Your team destroyed a turret.
Out of evil deeds comes a greater good.
Enemy double kill.
Oof, that was a misplay. At least my KDA isn't 90% of the teams this time.
Shut down.
While Argus chases off the enemy, I'll take the turret so we can safely retreat. Remember, always capitalize on opportunities.
Initiate retreat.
Never told him this, but I do see a bright future in Gucci.
Alright, now I'm starting to throw. Time to get serious so we don't lose again.
Shut down.
Big play by Argus.
On the battlefield, noble blood.
Initiate.
Unfortunately, he died for his efforts.
Ult is not
Perhaps I'm born to bear the weight.
slain an enemy.
Now that their jungler is out of the way, they should be an easy lord.
Launch attack.
I'm your guide to the other.
Initiate retreat.
Out of evil deeds comes a greater good.
An ally has slain Lord. Launch attack.
By the way, I see a lot of players being hesitant on using Wind Chant and Frozen to become immune to damage. Don't be afraid to press them when you feel danger. It gives you time to think, and if you mistime them, you'll just get them back again later. Better to use them than never use them at all, and the more you use them, the better you'll get at timing them. Aamon is an incredibly powerful jungler, and as of the release date of this video, the new patch increased his ult range from 3.5 to 4 units, making him easier to play. There are ways to counter him, however, which I'll show in future videos.
Victory!
And now that we've covered Aamon, it's only justified we cover his brother, Gujin, next. Stay tuned. That's all for this video though. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.